Let's talk about single sign-on for a moment. And what's single sign-on? It's, often you might see it as SSO or, log in with a different system. You log in with Google, log in with Facebook, log in with Microsoft, right? These are all examples of single sign-on. And why is that important? And why would you want to even consider it for your business? Well, just think of all the different applications that you have in your business. You get a new starter, you set them a user account so they can get access to their email and your common files and all that. They'll be either in Microsoft's system or Google's system or some other environment. And then you've got to go around to all the other different applications and set them up for a user account. And this is tedious, to say the least. The second thing the second problem is that it's yet another password that has to be managed. And if you're being extra careful with your security, it's yet another MFA or multi-factor authentication token that you have to deal with, right? That's those silly little codes that you have to type in after you put in your username and password. You get a text message or a pop-up on your phone, or say go get your codes from your app, right? Now, if you've got a password manager, some of this stuff can be mitigated a little bit, but it's still yet another password. It's yet another challenge for you to be able to get stuff done, and this is not good. Now, in some organizations, we're seeing up to 15, 20, sometimes 50 different systems that people have to log into. That's insane. So you have to log into 50 different systems with 50 different usernames and passwords that you have to deal with 50 different challenges and all of those sorts of crazy stuff. It's just becoming a joke. It's an utter joke. So how do we solve this? And we come back to this thing called SSO, single sign-on. What this does is this allows us to use a single identity management platform, be it Azure AD, which is part of the Microsoft suite. It's the Google Identity Management, which is built into G Suite, or some other third-party solution like Okta and other solutions out there. It's a single identity. And what it does is it allows with compatible applications that you can use that identity to prove who you are, and then the application itself would do the authorization, which will define what you can do. And this gets out of the way. It solves that login process, and it also means that if someone new starts, you create a single user account, provide them access to the other systems, and if the systems are even better in that they can also take details from your central identity manager and pass through and set up the authorization for you to say if you're in this group, it means you can do this, this, and this within that app, right? That's even better. Not everything does that, but let's at least look at the identity management side of things so that we log in, we create an account, we log in, and we can log into all those applications that we've been authorized to do so. And it means we don't have to jump through hoops in terms of username, passwords, and MFA. We do that once when we sign in for the day, and that's it, job done. And some systems force you to do it multiple times a day, but it still just re-authenticates against who you are. And you get rid of a lot of that pain. The problem is that not every system supports the same types of SSO, and some even don't support it at all, right? There are solutions for that. Azure AD, for example, supports the ability for, with a few little workarounds and browser extensions, allows you to simulate the process of SSO. What it's doing is it logs in and authenticates who you are. The password is securely stored within that particular environment. When your user tries to log in, it quietly behind the scenes puts the password in for them automatically, and they're logged in. They never get to see the password. And it simulates that same process. The other ones use this technique called SAML, or they support a thing called SAML, which is, I don't really know, can't remember the acronym, but effectively what it is it's a standard-based authentication token exchange protocol. And if your application supports it, then you can set that up. It's a little bit technical, and you will need support from your tech people to be able to do that. But it's how it does the integration. So either your application is going to natively support it, or there's some extra work that you need to do. The simple thing is that when you're selecting your application, this should be on your criteria of selecting a new application to solve a problem. Always look to see that if it will integrate with your chosen identity management platform. Why? It's going to help you deliver that SSO experience and save a lot of pain and heartache in terms of getting access to systems. You don't have to deal with yet another password. And if you're already pushing 10 or more passwords, that's a problem for you, and you need to look for ways of solving that before it becomes completely unmanageable.